Introduced in 1980, the Chevy Citation was a welcomed response to foreign manufactured rivals like the Toyota Camry and the Honda Accord. The U.S. was in the throes of its second gas crisis, and the Chevy Citation came along in time to replace the Chevy Nova. Compared to the other compact cars on the market at the time, the Chevy Citation had an edge when it came to body style. The Chevy Citation offered more body style choices than any other compact car, with 3 versions produced, including the notchback coupe, the 3-door hatchback, and the 5-door hatchback, which ultimately proved to be the most popular of the 3. The first run of the Citations were best sellers, with the 1980 model year returning more than 800,000 in sales. It made the Citation the #1 selling car in America at the time. Equipped with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine generating 90 horsepower or a 2.8-liter V6 engine able to produce 115 horsepower, either engine was operated by a 4-speed manual or 3-speed automatic transmission. Despite strong sales, Chevy still upped its own game by releasing a sporty X11 package with an updated suspension and eye-catching exterior, featuring stripes along its sides, a black grille, white-lettered Goodyear tires, and striking body accents. Marketed to the younger generation of drivers, the X11 featured the V6 engine paired with the 4-speed manual transmission. Produced as a separate trim level, the Citation X11 was a variant featuring cosmetic, chassis, and powertrain upgrades over the standard Citation. While less powerful than the Camaro Z28 and later Monte Carlo SS, the Citation X11 would also take over the role of a similarly sized Chevrolet Monza. The Citation was groundbreaking. Really, despite its compact size, the Citation matched the much larger Chevrolet Malibu sedan's passenger space and featured a trunk equal in size to that of the full-size Chevy Impala. Consumers and auto experts alike were so impressed with the launch of the Chevy Citation that the editorial staff at Car and Driver featured it on the cover of their magazine under the headline, "Revolution. GM blows everybody into the weeds with the new front-drive compacts." Motor Trend, the popular automotive publication, actually named the 1980 Chevy Citation its Car of the Year. Turns out manufacturing plants in Oklahoma City and Tarrytown, New York struggled to keep up with the overwhelming consumer demand for the Citation, leaving some folks waiting months for their new cars. Chevy, it seemed, was only just getting started when it came to the success of the Citation. In April 1979, the Citation was released as a 1980 model in 2 trim levels. Alongside the standard trim, a sporty X11 version was produced. Priced under $6,000, $18,846 in 2020 dollars, with hatchbacks in a much larger package than the Dodge Omni or Plymouth Horizon. Demand proved very high for the Citation, helped by an April release and yet another gasoline shortage during the same time. Over 800,000 Citations were sold by Chevrolet for the model year. However, as the second gas crisis created demand for more fuel-efficient vehicles, GM was left with significant shortages of 4-cylinder engines, leaving some customers to wait several months to receive their vehicles. For 1981, following its successful model launch, the only visible external change that the Citation received was a somewhat larger grid pattern for its front egg crate grille. Otherwise, there were no visible external changes. The 2-door coupe was dropped from the model line in response to slow sales. With all Citation models offered as hatchbacks, the X11 model now offered a more powerful engine than the other Citation models, including a 135 horsepower high-output 2.8-liter V6. In 1981, the Citation X11 accelerated from 0 to 60 in 8.5 seconds. The 1982-1984 version accelerated from 0 to 60 in 9.2 seconds. In the compact market segment, the Citation and the rest of the GM X car line saw the introduction of their closest competitor, the Dodge Aries Plymouth Reliant, the Chrysler K-Cars. Marking the transition of front-wheel drive for Chrysler, the K cars offered notchback sedan and station wagon models that were unavailable in the Citation line. In 1981, Chevy added General Motors Computer Command Control (CCC) emission system to all of its vehicles, following new federal regulations regarding the environment and automotive emissions. Skimpy sales forced Chevy to abandon the two-door coupe body style, but the 3- and 5-door hatchbacks remained and continued to sell well. The X11 package was updated to offer a high-output version of the 2.8-liter V6 engine with a boosted horsepower of 135 over its previous years of 115. It also featured a stiffer suspension for improved handling while still maintaining the comfort of the ride. For 1982, the Citation underwent a minor exterior revision, replacing the egg crate grille with a horizontally slatted design, similar to the Malibu. Multiple upgrades were phased in to improve both drivability and fuel economy, with the 2.5-liter engine receiving fuel injection and low rolling resistant tires were added to all Citations, including the X11. As a running change during the model year, the two-door Citation made its return after its temporary withdrawal. During the model year, Chevrolet introduced two front-wheel drive model lines that would significantly affect demand for the Citation. Replacing the Monza, the J-body Chevrolet Cavalier subcompact offered its own coupe, hatchback, sedan, and station wagons configurations. Phased in to replace the Malibu, the A-body Chevrolet Celebrity was offered as a sedan and a station wagon. Technically a mid-size car, the Celebrity shared its chassis, including its wheelbase, with the Citation. This was also the year the first-generation front-wheel drive Toyota Camry hatchback and sedan were introduced. The 1982 model year brought several changes to the Citation, perhaps the most importantly, an engine change. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder changed from carburation to fuel injection, which reportedly improved cold starting and boosted the Citation's power by 7%. The 2.5-liter returned to its original 90 horsepower capability. For 1983, the model line saw few changes to the exterior, concentrating most updates on the interior. Coinciding with the introduction of the larger Celebrity, the full-width bench seat was deleted, with all examples receiving bucket seats with head restraints. In a smaller change, the dashboard underwent minor updates. Originally offered only on the X11, the HO V6 was offered for all vehicles. For 1985, the Citation II saw several revisions in its final year of production. The two-door Citation II was discontinued, though the X11 remained. The dashboard underwent a redesign with a horizontally mounted radio and a new steering wheel. The 2.8-liter HO engine became fuel-injected, reducing output to 130 horsepower. Sales started to plummet after several quality concerns resulted in recalls. This, you could argue, was the beginning of the end for the Chevy Citation. Chevy had no choice but to discontinue what was once America's best-selling car. Despite being pulled from production and having yet to make a comeback, the Chevy Citation was extremely important to Chevrolet and remains a crucial chapter in Chevy's history. The last Citation rolled off the assembly line on June 21, 1985.